What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Itz-Beez-Da TrackStar, and welcome back to Dancehall Masterclass. Chapter 4, Advanced Chord Progressions, Chord Techniques, continued. So in the last video, we added a bell, two bells, one high and a tubular bell. For those of you who don't know what tubular bell is, that is a tubular bell. So as I said in the last video, we're going to add some strings, two types. We're going to add a legato string, meaning the sustained, and a staccato or spiccato, meaning strummed. So the most common form of strings found in dancehall. So for the spiccato strings or staccato strings, we're going to keep this simple. We're going to use expand. And we are going to use a patch spiccato strings up and down, or up plus down is the official name. I'm going to put this back to about 1 o'clock. And to add the chords, we shall just use the ghost notes, but typically we will just copy over the melody and add the chords just like that. But where do we place the chords? Right, that is the big question. So we have a melody already. Cool. The chords are already there for us. Now it's just about timing. And this is where trial and error comes into play. Because we could always do this and put a chord on every one or every bar. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would sound absolutely fine. There's no issue with that. But I like to experiment. I like to get creative. So we could put chords on what we would consider offbeats. So basically what we would do is take this bar and the 4 steps included in this bar and cut it in half. So instead of landing here on the beat, it's here, offbeat, right? I could also put the chord here, but that's a sound that if you're just beginning and creating beats, that will make you seem or make you think that your melodies wouldn't fit, basically, because it would trick you into a false sense of thinking like, oh no, that sounds wrong. But that can just be something creative that you do. So you don't have to have your melody on the grid all the time. Dancehall is built off grid. So if I were to do like the typical dancehall staccato progression, the melody would be here, here, and here. And I touched on that earlier when I was showing chord creation and basic chord structure. This is how dancehall is typically built. But we are not adding that. We're doing simple melodies that complement the main melody. Because if I were to do the typical dancehall thing here, it would then begin to hide the piano. You know what I'm saying? You'll be focused more on the strings than on the piano, which is the driving force of the track. So we're not going to do that. So let's take this out. So what you do while building the melody is you play, you listen, you try, you fail, sometimes you succeed. It doesn't matter. It's all about what you like and what sounds good. If it sounds good, don't worry about it. If you put all these notes in here and you play it and it sounds great, then you leave it as it is. There's no reason to second guess or question yourself, because that's when you start destroying your melodies, right? So here I'm hearing another chord. So instead of you know what I mean? I'm hearing another chord. So you just copy over the chords. You do that by holding shift and left click and drag. Like this. This sounds wrong. But in a different situation, this sounds perfect, because all I would have to do to get this chord to fit is duplicate it again. Wrong key. Shift. and now it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? So don't get discouraged. A lot of stuff you might do and think it's wrong, but it's not. It's just not what you might be going for in the moment. And we'll just duplicate this. Just keep it simple, keep it consistent. It's not the main instrument. It's just there to provide support for the piano. Turn it down. Cool. Now, like I said, we're going to add a legato string as well to this track. And for that string, we're going to go into Nexus. We're going to go into the Dance Orchestra expansion. If I can find it. Here we go. We're going to go down to a section where it says violin solo. Or we could even use string soft. I don't know what type of strings it is. Let's see. But it doesn't really matter. Does it? No, it does not. So let's close this. Let's play this. That will do. So we have two options. We can either copy the melody, paste it. As with creating arpeggiators, I tend to get rid of all of the duplicate cards because we don't need them. But in the case of this string, there is a use for duplicates, right? So if I were to just play this and just put the main melodies, just the piano and the string that we just added, along with the spiccato string. Doesn't sound very good. Let's raise it an octave. Now, let's show a few things that we can do. Firstly, in any type of pad sound, sometimes it's good to just manipulate the envelope of the sound. This is something that we will touch on later on as we progress. But just know that modifying the attack can adjust the impact or the aggressiveness of a sound. Notice how the string sounds much softer. Very aggressive. It's much more like a pad, which is exactly what I want. Because it's clashing with the piano. Not because it's out of key, but because it's too aggressive. Now, we don't also need for all of these to be long. We can shorten up a few of these. Keep them all at the same length. Now everything together. It's almost as if it's just filler. It's just a background element now. But everything is just working to complement the main melody. Because at the end of the day, this is the foundation. This is the melody that everyone hears first. This is the melody that comes in. This is the last melody to play. You know, and we're just trying to complement that. So in the next video, when I will add an harp, I'll show 2 different ways to add an arpeggiator. One I have already shown, but I haven't referred to it as an harp, but that way, and the second method, which I have already shown, but will elaborate more on. So, in the next video, we'll be adding an harp. Just to recap, 2 different methods, both methods which I have already shown, but we'll expand on that even further. So until then, Itz-Beez, peace.